Welcome back to HGTV Handmade, Throwback Thursday edition with me, Meg. Today we're going to scamper back on over to the show Be Original with just the letter B. That's how original it is. And learn how to make a project by upcycling some plastic bottles. I love a green project, so let's check it out. Well, if you're not very good about getting your leftover plastic bottles to the recycling center, hang on to them because you can turn these into beautiful trellises for your garden. Now I'm working with plastic bottles from soda, water, juice, clear, colored. Doesn't matter, the clear are kind of nice because we're going to be swirling some paint in these later on. And the first thing we want to do is change the shape of these. And to do that, I'm going to go ahead and put it in my vise over here. And I'm going to change the shape of this by applying heat. So I want to be able to be hands-free. I'm also going to put some leather gloves on. And for the heat, I'm going to use, this is just a paint stripper or heat gun. And I'm just going to apply the heat directly to my bottle. And it's going to soften it and allow us to twist it slightly. And it's also going to kind of temper it and make it even harder, like glass. And I'm holding it a couple of inches away from the bottle. And all of your bottles are going to be made up of different plastics, so they're all going to melt a little bit differently. And you want to be careful to not twist it too much because we're going to want to string these all together later on, and if you twist it too tight, you're going to have trouble getting your string through there. And when it's all said and done, they kind of look like big giant beads because now I'm going to go ahead and add some color to the inside. And you can use regular acrylic paints, your plastic paints. Let's put a little bit of water in there. We want it to swirl around nicely inside the bottle, so that's why you want to thin it down. I'm just going to stir that up slightly. You can also put some water in the bottom of your bottle before you add your paint. And I'm just going to pour this right into my bottle. And since it is kind of watery in there, I'm going to go ahead and add this one directly from the bottle. And I really like putting the paint on the inside of the bottles because that even adds to the glassy look of it. I'm gonna put a cap on here and just shake it up a little bit. Then you're gonna let that paint dry inside there. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna drill a small hole in the bottom of each of our bottles. And I have an 1/8 of an inch drill bit in here. And if you decide to leave the lid on some of them, you're gonna need to drill a hole through the center of that as well. Then what you're going to do is link them all together using some monofilament. And you're also going to need some assistance feeding this through your bottle. So I just have a piece of wire with a loop on the end. Pull that through. And then you'll continue lacing on your other bottles. And you're gonna be able to string 4 or 5 rows of these across a standard sized ladder. And at one end of your strand, you're gonna have to create some sort of a stopper so you can pull it nice and tight and tie it off at the other end. And you can use a crimping bead or any glass or acrylic bead. And you'll just slip it over there and just knot off underneath. And then you're just gonna tie off your strand and your top rung and your bottom rung. But this is a much more colorful way for you to recycle some of life's leftovers, so grab yourself some plastic bottles and be original today. What are you upcycling in your projects these days? Be sure to let us know in a comment below. Like and subscribe if you're digging what you're seeing, and we'll see you next week. Bye!